don't go. Oh, please don't leave me, baby, please don't go. If you go and leave me, you're gonna hurt me so. Oh, 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 oh. Yes, I love you, baby, gonna tell all the world I do. Ow! Yeah, yes, I love you, baby, gonna tell all the world I do. But if you go and leave me, you're gonna hurt me too. Ah, whoa, 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 ah, yeah. Woo. Well, yes, I love you, baby, gonna tell all the world I do. Oh, yes, I love you, baby, gonna tell all the world I do. But if you go and you leave me, you're gonna hurt me so. Oh, hey. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, if you go and leave me, you're gonna hurt me so. Ah, woo. Oh, baby.
I like it. Okay, let's see. The Rhinestone Rattlesnakes. Now, one of the people here, well, in fact, two of the people here, we'll just talk to one for a second, which is the vocalist, the main vocalist you heard there, the guy standing up doing nothing else except vocalising and having a cigarette.
Yes,
was here before in the very same position many years ago, fronting a different band, the Shakin Pyramids. So, listen, I suppose the first thing to say is, Davie, that the Rhinestone Rattlesnakes are playing 3 gigs in Dublin this week.
That's
and
correct.
they're Thursday night, Friday night and Saturday night. In other words, the next 3 nights at the Underground in Dublin and Dame Street.
At Dame Street, that's
So
correct.
since the Shakin Pyramids, what's that, 4 years ago, 3 years ago?
No, I think it's a bit, aye. No, about 5 years ago.
In the days of the Magnet, the days of Lisdon Varna festivals and things like that.
Well, I do think them days will be back, but I don't know. We've actually, since then, the actual, as far as the Pyramids is concerned, like, everybody's kind of went their own separate ways, you know. And, I mean, Kenny, the big rhythm ace, is still with us. And, of course, there's a completely new setup. And we've all been doing separate things. I went back for 2 years to playing in pipe bands, learning playing pipe band drumming, you know, and competing in like
the Glasgow Sky Pipe Band.
The Glasgow Sky Association Pipe Band, that's correct, aye. And although, I mean, to me it's great music, and I mean, I would actually like to continue in pipe band drumming and things like that. I felt that the old rock and roll urge I could feel it coming on again, you know. And as far as like Kenny's concerned, he's went down into learning mandolin and getting into more kind of rootsy music, you know, the bluegrass stuff, and even Greek and all the rest of it. And Alec on guitar, electric guitar, he's like a kind of local lad from our hometown. And Alec and myself have been playing for about the past, let's say, 4 or 5 months, just like busking in the street, playing in bars for a couple of bob. And it's a conglomerate, you know. Everybody here, I mean, Davie on the double bass actually played with the Pyramids for a while, but that was about 6 years ago. And when we were getting this band together to do this wee trip, we thought, first man, double bass, Davie Rivet, you know. So we're all here, and thanks to George Verschoyle and Billy Fitzsimmons, we're going to do a good job.
Well, I remember about 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever it was years ago, we used to talk about sort of, there's a huge audience for this kind of music now, it's sort of coming back or whatever, be it rockabilly or whatever you want to call it. But I mean, like, things sort of petered out a little bit. So do you think it's stupid to talk in those terms? It's just music and that's it?
Well, I think, as far as we're concerned, you know, at the time when the Pyramids were going, I suppose it was like a bit of a fad. I mean, there was lots of bands, and if you weren't playing rockabilly, you weren't hip, you know. But I think nowadays people appreciate the actual music more than the kind of trend and the image and all that carry on. And that's basically why we're back playing it. You know, it's a little bit, I think it's not just as kind of frantic as the Pyramids were. The Rattlesnakes, although we do a few of the old Pyramid songs in the set, you know. But it's a completely different thing in our eyes, you know. And it's basically because we appreciate the music that we're doing it, you know.
Well, the fact that you wanted to get back into this music, was it the same sort of thing that you wanted to get away from it the last time? And did you want to get back into traditional music when you joined the pipe band again?
I mean, I suppose maybe I was sick to the teeth, you know, with the music at the time. And I mean, we got the usual kind of treatment from record companies and things like that, you know, just the usual stuff, but I'm not going about that.
Yeah.
And I think at the time, the Pyramids split up at the right time, you know, because we were just going through the motions and playing. We were going and doing a tour and doing completely the whole set we'd done 3 years before, you know, and it was just a waste of time. But at least now everybody's went away and doing their own thing, and at least Kenny and myself are still. We've been writing songs together over the past 2 years on and off, and hopefully now with Davie and Alec, we can continue that, and who knows, we could go into better things. You know?
Well, you were playing as a duo in that time with Alec, weren't you, in sort of bands around Inverclyde? What kind of places? Just pubs and on the street?
I was on the street and pubs, really, you know, like your right average public bar, you know, and sometimes we got a good reception, sometimes we didn't, you know. In fact, we just played about 2 weeks ago, Alec and myself, in a bar in the hometown, and nobody turned up. But I think that's basically because, I mean, we go under different names. Every pub we play, we change our names, you know? So nobody actually knows who you are, or, you know, we don't have any kind of continuity as far as a band's concerned there, you know? But, I mean, the Rhinestone Rattlesnakes, we've been saving that for coming to Ireland, you know? And, well, it's great to be here, you know? It's just like old times, you know?
Do you remember the festivals? I mean, I think you did quite a few of those.
How can you forget them, you know?
Yeah, right, exactly. Long weekend.
Aye, very long weekend.
Have you been to the Underground in Dublin yet? Have you seen the place?
We haven't been there yet, no.
Yeah,
no, we're
it's huge. It's like it fits so 20,000, you know.
You're kidding. You're kidding.
Well, not exactly, no. Okay, well, listen, can we have another number then, boys? I feel like asking sort of, what's the guy's name who used to ride Trigger? I can't remember his name. Roy Rogers. Okay, Roy, give us another number.
Okay, doke.
This
one's an old Pyramid song. This is called Let's Go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on, pretty baby, put on your dancing shoes. There's a hopping, a bopping, a shaking tonight. We can't lose the blues. Well, don't mean a hassle, baby. Just you take your time. I don't want to hurry, honey, your Cadillac on mine. Well, let's go, let's have a swinging time. Let's go. And keep on your skirt. Let's go. You that rockabilly music. Let's go. And dish out the dirt. Let's go, let's have a swinging time. Let's go. Dish out the dirt. Let's go. Ooh, that rockabilly music. Let's go. Keep on your skirt. Well, there ain't no other lady who rocks the boat like you. Well, you're up, down, in and out. You just can't be true. Well, let's go, let's have a swinging time. Let's go. Dish out the dirt. Come on. Let's go. Ooh, that rock and roll music. Let's go. We'll go, wow. Let's go, let's have a swinging time. Let's go. Dish out the dirt. Let's go. Feel that rockabilly music. Let's go. But keep on your skirt. Come on, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Let's go. Woo! Yeah.
Hey! Oh, wait a minute. We were going to do 2 numbers, but I think we should do a third one. But just before we do a third one, Davie, you were mentioning there that you wanted to get back to trad for a while, which was the Glasgow pipe band. And last Friday in the programme here, I had Larry Mullen from U2 on, who's the drummer with U2. And he was talking about the fact that he used to be in the Artane Boys band and that, and he wanted to sort of, he was in a rock and roll band or whatever, and he wanted to sort of get into some of this sort of thing. But I was saying it must be very sort of disciplined. It must be very, you have to do what you're told all the time. So how could you possibly go from something like the Shakin Pyramids into something doing what you're told all the time by some guy up in front saying do this, do that?
Right, well that's funny because I was actually talking to somebody about that today, you know. Well, but see, sometimes I think the discipline kind of, it does you good to a point, you know. I mean, before I went back to pipe band drumming, I couldn't read drum music. And although it doesn't really mean all that much, but to myself, to have went back for 2 years, learned how to read drum music, and also improved my rudiments, and been able to play at top level in like competition. Just that was what I needed for myself. The discipline, well, that goes along with it. If you've got no discipline, there's no chance of winning, you know.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was hard to kind of adjust to that, you know, after being on the road and kind of just do what you like, you know, basically. I mean, because when it comes to rock and rollers, I mean, you just let go and that's it, you know. So it was hard. To me, it was
Well, then,
hard.
do you feel that in an academic sense, then, Davie, that you're much more sort of together than you were when you were with the Pyramids?
Yes, academic-wise, but now that I'm back to rock and roll, well, that's all
hell
out the
with the
window.
academic,
That's all out the window, aye. You know?
Okay, well, listen, are you bringing out any records? Or have you got record deals going or anything like that?
Not at the moment. What we plan to do is go in and do like maybe like kind of EPs worth, and maybe put it out on our own label.
Yeah.
You know, so, just to start with anyway. You know, we'll see where it goes from there.
Okay, well, the Rhinestone Rattlesnakes are playing at the Underground in Dublin and Dame Street Thursday night, Friday night and Saturday night. In other words, the next 3 nights. So have you got another number in you at all, boys?
All right.
Let's go with
Then let's hear it.
Polka.
I think so.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh boy, we got them split rhythms, they're all turning on, and it makes no difference if your beer's gone. Surely, surely, yeah, maybe, baby, it's that reefer Billy Polka that ain't wine. We've seen them rip cans smoking something strange. Does it make them fight? No, it gets them high. Maybe, baby, it's that reefer Billy Polka that ain't wine. Well, let's get wrecked and gone. No, we ain't getting on. Forget that hip political talking. Hit that rhythm and blues. We're just rocking the blues. Oh, you'll never know what's right from left. They just look at them boys. Can't see the turtles sit down. Who's that riff I'm rocking? Rear to go. That's just one hand loose. And you just can't say no, it's crazy, baby. Ah, yeah, it's crazy. It's that reefer Billy Polka that ain't why. Yeah! Come on, Madeline boy. Big man. So here's an invitation, never let it pass. All you boys, girls, even moms and dads. Oh, no, it's just that reefer Billy Polka that ain't wine, yeah. Woo! Okay, boy. Yeah, well, all them split rhythms, they're all turned on, and it made no difference if their beer's gone. Surely, maybe, baby, watch that reefer Billy Polka, reefer Billy Polka, reefer Billy Polka below them.
That's a good old brother to the old Reefer Billy Boogie, is it, Davie? Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the
I remember that one, all right. Okay, then, the Rhinestone Rattlesnakes playing in the Underground in Dublin tomorrow night, Friday and Saturday, and also you're on Borderline on Saturday morning on television.
We
right?
sure are.
Which is around, well, it's usually 11:30 to 12:30, so I'm sure it's the same again next Saturday and something like that. Okay, well, listen, the very best of luck with the EP that you might or might not bring out, and especially very best of luck with the gigs you're playing in Dublin next year.
Thanks very much,
And I hope it's
Davie.
as good as the old
Appreciate
days.
it.